All right, here's where I'm not an expert, is on this auto choke thing. So hopefully I can figure that out. This goes like so. Yes. You know what? Let's lube that up, because I know that needs to pivot freely or your choke doesn't work right. Those things, I've seen them get stuck. Perfect. That's working. And so then that's going to go right there like that. The carburetor will hold that in place. You know what? We'll put it on together with the carburetor. This will go here. And the fuel line's hooking back up all the way there. Make sure that gasket goes on correct. Like that. Make sure the holes line up, and then we put this in here. And that drops down. Then we have our air filter. You know what? We are going to quickly just put one bolt through here. Hopefully hold stuff in place, because I should have cleaned that intake a little bit before I put it back on. Okay. So let's spray this down with some carb cleaner. Just displace the moisture, and then we'll blow it off real quick. To my techs, I appreciate you more when I do stuff like this. I can see where my skills are and are not. A lot going on here. We got to hook up the we'll call it the impulse hose to the back of the air box. We got to keep like 4 gaskets in place. We got to keep this choke mechanism in place. Just kind of all kinds of stuff coming together to make this work. Okay, that's in place. Now hopefully I can pull this gasket in. Wipe that off a minute. We'll know the truth here soon enough. And get this gasket up here like so. Perfect. And then rotate that. I think I might have got it. Don't try this at home. Maybe try it at home. But at least you see that it's not just simple stuff. There's a little bit to deal with there. Yep, that's tightening up. The moment of truth will be when I pull the starter rope and it does or does not work. Get that tightened the rest of the way up. Okay, gas tank, fuel tank. We'll throw a new spark plug and air filter in a minute. Fuel tank has been completely drained. There's no liquid in it anymore. Put that fuel filter back up inside, slide the hose clamp back up, grab my pliers so I can put that hose clamp in its proper place, just like so, and set that in place. Quite a kind of a cool setup Honda has, the way that all so simple compared to a lot of machines. All right, we got gas in there. Moment of truth will be in a minute. Let's get a spark plug here. Did we spray something down in there? I've heard that's not a bad idea for lubrication of the bearings. So you know what? We're going to put that starter back on. Where'd I put that starter at? Too much stuff going on right behind me. All right, there's my starter. Recoil starter going in place. Tighten the 3 nuts here that hold it on. 10 millimeter will do that. You know what I love about Honda is like some of these easy things, like this starter. 3 nuts, 10 millimeter, pull them off, done. And you can throw a whole new starter on in less than 2 minutes. And these things are reasonably cheap. So if you break a Honda starter, buy a Honda OEM. Okay, so now that's on, so we can actually pull it over. Okay, spark plug. Here we go. Before we do that, let's get this air over here. I want to do a couple things. I'm going to blow out this spark plug boot in case there was any moisture in there. Okay, spark plug going in. Are we going to be good or are we going to be bad? A couple other things I should do. If I was wise, I would pull this overhead valve cover off, this OHV cover here. Again, it's 10 millimeter. Once you pull this off, you're going to need to replace it. It's a cheap part. I think it's less than 10 bucks. But just to get any of that potential oil with moisture out of there, right? Just to clean it out. But you can see we got a lot of areas we got to get the grit cleaned out on. I mean, I got to pull each wheel off. I haven't even touched the transmission at all. We haven't talked about like governor and throttle linkages, that sort of stuff, right? That's going to be seizing at some point. It rotates on there. Let's give it a little shot of carburetor cleaner. Pull the rope. Come on. I did something right. Let's fire it up again here. I don't have the blades on, but let's engage the blades. Or the clutch. So we will need to go back into and fix that clip. All right, we talked about that. And I got to go into every wheel tire It doesn't want to idle. Very good. I don't know what that means. That could be that the low speed jet has something in the carburetor. Tough to say. We're going to actually, let's see, what height? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. Just because that was driving me nuts. We're going to drain the oil again and see what comes out after running. And then we'll top that oil back off and we'll put the blades on. We'll see how it does when we engage the blades. All right, here we go. Ooh, I don't like that color. I don't know if you guys can see it. That is not great. Definitely, oh, that's good. I'm glad I'm changing it again. I'm going to suggest with this machine right here, we probably change that oil another time or two. Maybe after the first. You know what's going to happen? We're going to kill this video here in a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish my work. I'm going to wash it up. And then what I'm going to do is actually just let it sit and run through a couple tanks of gas so that we can kind of see how this thing holds up more long term. And I'm hoping that this machine, as I recall, is about 6 or 7 years old. I'm hoping that this 6 or 7 year old Honda can actually live a full life, right? It can get into its 15-year life that a lot of people get out of it. But I'm not super optimistic. Maybe I should be, but I'm a little fearful that all this silt that's gotten into bearings in weird places, even though I'm going to try to clean it out, is going to have a negative impact on its overall life. Where am I at? I got to go a little bit more here. Another couple ounces. There. Right about there. Perfect. I bet. Perfect. Yep. Okay. So we've got oil. Let's do one other thing. I was going to put these blades on and fire it up. All right, that's what I was going to do. Remember on your Honda, and you've seen me do it the whole time, is flip it, muffler down, air filter up. So let's get these blades back on and see how it reacts to a load, to engaging with those on. .14 millimeter. Do one other thing here. Move those pivot places right there for the transmission. We're going to get that bearing at this point, just to start working something in. Okay. I just got the belt. That'll be all right. We'll clean that off. It'll be fine. Back up in action. Put it on the start on the Rabbit. Awesome. Okay, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back. We'll kind of finish this up and review what we did. But I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna clean the rest of those pivot places up that I can get to hopefully displace the grit, the moisture, the dirt. And I'm gonna let it run through a few tanks of gas and just see how it's doing, what that oil looks like, what's coming out of it. So, hey, thanks for watching. Glad we could dig into this a little bit. It's a good learning experience for myself. These are the things that your dealers struggle with, right? You've brought me a damaged machine. It was a $700-800 machine when this was purchased several years ago, and we want to fix it. But how far do we go? You know, what if I would have pulled off the carburetor and cleaned it and new spark plug and done that sort of stuff and put it back together and it didn't go? I mean, can I charge you for it? What's next in line? What's going to fail next? So those are just struggles that your dealerships are going to go through when they're dealing with a flood damaged mower. But yeah, we're empathetic to the customer, right? So I think we got to go into it together as a team saying, how do we take care of this, right? What are we going to do that's right? So I'm excited to see how this thing cleans up and comes out of it. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you all soon.
Hey, this is Josh from Carl's Mower and Saw. Thanks for watching our videos. We're proud of the fact that we've been serving you with the best in outdoor power equipment since 1990. We're glad that you had an opportunity to sit down, watch our videos, learn something about an exciting new product that we have, something that interests you for your property, or really how to use your equipment to the best of its ability. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube. We're excited to share more information with you. See you soon.